And let's bring in Steve right now. Steve, how unusual is it for rain to be hitting California and the desert like this?
Yeah, rain, let alone a tropical storm, is actually very rare for this time of year. Parts of California get the monsoon, but this is a whole next level scenario, something we haven't seen since 1939. And, you know, tropical storm warnings here on the East Coast behave very differently than they do on the West Coast. I'll explain that here in just a second. Here's a look at the radar picture where they only have a few more hours to kind of hunker down and prepare to get to your destination. And normally in a tropical storm, you would want to get away from the coast and go inland, but not in this scenario. The coast probably gets the least impacts and the inland areas get the greatest impacts as this storm system will be making landfall near San Diego, and it's that right front quadrant of the storm that is the strongest quadrant, and that will be impacting the desert areas. So if you've ever been in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, where you can barely get a sprinkle or a drop of rain, they could get over 6 inches of rain, and their soil is very different from our soil. It can't absorb the water, so you get these mudslides and debris flows. So there's going to be some really bad images coming out of parts of California. Los Angeles City itself, I don't think is that bad, but east of LA is going to be hit really hard. That rain band activity is 600 miles away from the actual center, so that shows you how much of the storm they actually have to get through to even just get to the eye of the storm. Tropical storm warnings, this is kind of unprecedented, from Los Angeles down to San Diego, areas like Palm Springs, San Bernardino, all under tropical storm warnings here tonight. A Category 2, don't get fixated on the number of this storm. It's the size of the storm, and it will be the rain from the storm. The storm surge, not an issue with this storm system. By Sunday morning, 70-mile-per-hour sustained winds just south of the California border. The change in the forecast has been a little bit faster with the speed. But the problem with this is it's a tropical type of rainfall, which means you can get rainfall rates of 2 to 3 inches of rain in an hour. Some of these places average 2 to 3 inches of rain in a year. So you're going to get that in an hour, a year's worth of rainfall, and that's why we're expecting such bad issues east of Los Angeles and east of San Diego. So here's the future radar. You can see there's the eye moving in. It's these rainfall rates that these areas are just not used to. So if you know friends or family in that area, make sure that they are getting ready and they're ready to be wherever they're at for a couple of days. A lot of the roads will become impassable. Gorgeous here close to home. We're looking at a hot Sunday, not too muggy. By Monday, near record highs. Temperatures in the 60s and low 70s here for the evening and overnight hours. Temperatures in the mid 80s tomorrow. So our weather couldn't be better. Tomorrow, definitely dialing up the heat. Have the sunscreen. It's a good beach or pool day. The Atlantic, by the way, is extremely busy, and we have the 7 o'clock hour to talk about that. There's a lot of weather going on, a lot of potential systems, and a new tropical depression to talk about. So the tropics heating up after being a snooze fest here for the last few months. Mid-90s on Monday, mid-80s on Tuesday. Next chance of storms next Thursday through Saturday. We'll be back.